If you're an Amazon seller that is wanting to level up your product photos for your Amazon product detail page, then you gotta keep watching this video because I'm gonna be running through some of our portfolio photos and explaining to you why we did what we did, how we set it up, why we chose to go with this little reflection at the bottom of the product, why we put our hands and we're holding it in this certain way. So I'm gonna break down everything so that you can take away some little tidbits, and then when you go and do your product photo photography and videography and stuff like that, then you can hopefully use some of these tips and strategies to elevate your photos and really give your shoppers a much better reason to buy from you. This is gonna really increase your conversion rates. So stay tuned and let's jump into it right now. Alright, so now you should be able to see my screen, and as you can see here, we are looking at just a basic main image, white background image, and this is a little tin for dogs. This is a paw-tection product. It's supposed to go on the dog's like hands, basically their paws, and it's supposed to give them some soothing and some moisture and help them from cracking and overall protect those little paws that they have. So this is the main image. As you can see, white background, straight on shot, and it's vertical, and what we did here was we put it on a little reflective white surface so that we can elevate the brand and have this little reflection at the bottom there. Gradient wants to come popping up, but as you can see, there's a nice little reflection on the bottom there. So that just gives a little bit more intrigue, a little bit more interest. And this is not like a Photoshop thing. I literally have this white acrylic plastic piece that I stood up I had to jerry rig and try to get the product to stand up vertically. Once I got it up vertically, then I had this nice little reflection. So that's all natural right there. So little things like that I would definitely recommend to you. Next image up is a hand holding the product. Now the main reason why we did this, as you can see, it's a 4-ounce tin. They actually have a 1-ounce and a 2-ounce tin. So to really give the shopper a great idea of the size and the difference in the sizes of the tins, we wanted to do hand shots. So we held it like this because hands are pretty much all the same size in this world, thankfully. So we don't have to add those ugly little lines showing it's 2 inches by 3, and like that's ugly and boring. So when you have a hand holding your product, immediately shoppers know, oh, okay, that's about this big. Okay, that's good to know. So we have some really just nice hands on. We did Photoshop up the hands and removed imperfections in the hands and stuff. Usually with the nails, we like to go with like a nude type of color. We don't like to have purples or pinks or blues or anything like that. We like to just go neutral with the nail colors, but always want to have hands. And what we did here, this is actually a white background hand shot. So we removed the white background and then we brought in some other colors, the brand colors, brought in some features and benefits of the product. And overall, when you remove the background, you have a lot more flexibility into what you can do with that image. So we could have went grid style image here where we kind of like gridded off into 4 different places, or we have like a 3 style grid, but ultimately we wanted to just give a close up on the product and then talk about the key ingredients and the benefits of those key ingredients. All right, now here, because this is a dog product, we are showing it with the dog. So this is a real image. We didn't Photoshop the product under the dog's paw. We literally took this picture, which I would always recommend to people. Don't Photoshop your product into stock photos. That's bad. It's going to be hard to get the scale right. Ultimately, you're lying to the customer. I mean, you are lying. You're saying, you know, that this person was holding your product and drinking it, and no, they weren't. I know it costs money to get real photos done, but invest in that asset because it's a long-lasting asset that will help your business sell a lot of products over the following 3, 5, 6 years. I mean, it could definitely help you for a while. So definitely get real dog models, real human models, real kid models, real environments. Put that shoot together. If you don't want to go through all that effort, hire a company like what we do at Evolve Media. We do this for companies on the regular. We do photo and videos, and then we will graphic design it up, adding in nice little text and graphics and stuff like that. This little splodge, this little yellow thing there adds a nice little branding element to it. All right, let's keep moving. So here is just kind of like a kitchen scene. The reason why we went with this is because a nice backsplash, put in a little subtle little tennis ball, you know, a little dog, things like that. We have a little before and after shot, how we structured this image. So again, this product helps paws go from dried out and cracked to nice, regular, healthy looking paws. So we talk about how to use it here. This is just a very basic shot. Other photos within this product line actually show the inside of the tin. Usually that's what I always recommend because they're not buying the tin. You know, they're buying the actual stuff inside the tin. So show what they are actually buying because that's what they actually care about. We talk about features and benefits, but ultimately this is just kind of a basic image just showing the product again so that we can add on all of these overlays, talk about before and after type stuff, how to use it, and and branding elements. Okay, so here is the image showing what the actual thing is that they're buying. That's what it looks like. You know, shoppers want to know, is it black? Is it artificially colored? Like, is it red? Is it just a natural looking color like that? Now you can tell no dyes were added. So these are the little things that shoppers are looking for to check those boxes to move forward with buying your product instead of your competitors' products. So also this shows how to apply the balms. You know, you can simply just grab the dog's hand and rub it on it. It's pretty easy like that. So talking to the customer and connecting the dots for them as far as like, here's why this product is great and here's how to use it. That's super good and powerful for getting shoppers from just being shoppers to being customers of yours. All right, moving on. Here's kind of like a family photo of the different products that are in their lineup. Now they've got a lot more products than these, but these are kind of like related products, you know, other paw soothing wipes. They've got like a stick. So just kind of showing other products in their lineup. We could potentially cross-sell them and get them to buy this pawtection tin as well as the paw soother, or maybe a stick as well. So if you have a wide product line, have a group or family photo like this to get them to buy other products of yours, and then also have these credibility boosting badges, made in the USA, safe for all ages, breeds and sizes, all natural ingredients, veterinarian recommended. So these little things will elevate your listing, build more trust, credibility, allow you to charge a higher price point, increase that conversion rate. You want credibility boosting stuff like this and that cross-sell opportunity. All right, next up is a kids game. Now this is a pretty decent sized company right here. They just did a deal with a person from Shark Tank, one of the sharks from Shark Tank, I think it was Barbara. And so we were really happy to work with this company because we were able to, you know, have fun with it and be creative with it. And so this is the main image where we actually created, let me see if I show it here. Yeah, so we show different variations here of the main image. So I'm a huge fan of split testing. So I'm always going to deliver multiple white background images for our clients because I want them to split test to see which one has a better click-through rate, which one will give you the lowest cost per click and the highest click-through rate, stuff like that. So I always recommend to people split test different configurations of your product. So as you can see, the little circles are down here, the box is right there. Then we switched it, we took out that little bag, we had the circles along the side, and we show all the little push pop game pieces that come inside this game and then the different sides of it. So one side has numbers, one has more letters, stuff like that. So definitely split test your main white background image to see what kind of click-through rate and cost per click you can get with different images. All right, so here is one where that kid is actually holding up one of those little circle pieces. So if you don't know how large that actually is, boom, now you see it inside a little kid's hand. And I know that little kids' hands are different sizes than human hand or adult hands, but still we want to have a hand shot. We want to have a kid's face, and overall that brings more credibility, more trust to the brand when you can actually see kids playing it and them being happy. And then we're talking about who it's for, from pre-K to grade 3, all that kind of stuff. Little graphics and stuff just kind of accentuate little things, and then giving them ideas on how to actually play this game. We teach them more as far as, okay, you pulled this U, then you want to pop a little U and you'll learn letters, numbers, colors, all that kind of stuff. Now here's another instructional photo right here. Step 1, get ready for fun. Step 2, take a token. Step 3, pop it if they match, and then call out bingo. So this is kind of like a different popper kind of bingo game for kids. So we got multiple kid models involved. We rented a space, rented a house, and then did this whole shoot showing real kids playing the game and showing their happy faces as they played the game. So this is our trust building, credibility boosting type of place right here. Teacher approved, loved by parents. So you definitely want to have stuff like that. This is another game, or no, this is just what's included. It's the same game, but it's what's included. So another version and variation that they could even use as a white background if they remove some of these other things. So we're a huge fan of showing people in our product photos and videos. So we'd like to have a lot of different models. So as you can see there, we're showing that. Now we're getting to a cutting board picture. So with this one, we have multiple different white background images that we use. So the board alone, it being horizontal versus vertical, and then a person holding it. Now the person holding it is going to give the shopper some really good context as to how large this board actually is, right? So you want to have little things like that that's going to give the shopper a good idea of scale, as well as how large is the juice grooves and all that kind of stuff. It just adds a good human element, and also the whole avatar thing. It shows the shopper who exactly is this for. You know, is this for women of this age? Is it for men? You know, if we were trying to target men with our products, then we'd probably have a man holding it. So just little things like that. Then we start to bring in some more realistic uses of it, showing, you know, this is a meat carving board. You're supposed to carve up meats and turkeys and chickens and all that kind of stuff. So we went and got a roasted chicken and we put it on the board, and we show that's another good thing for scale. And then we talk about some features and benefits of the board. How is it sourced? What's the actual material of the board? Stuff like that. Another huge human shot with a hand holding it, realistic lifestyle image. I really believe that lifestyle images are going to be your best selling images. 3D renders, in my experience, have not been good for conversion rates. Maybe they're great for the click-through rate and the cost per click of that main wide image, but when you get into like the other main images in the carousel or even the A+ content, 3D renders just don't work as well. Obviously for video you can't use you can use 3D render, but it's just, I'm not a huge fan of 3D renders. I'm more like the lifestyle stuff. So when we do client photo and video work, we're gonna bring our talents to the table as far as it being lifestyle photography, more realistic stuff like this. Again, we're not a fan of photoshopping products into stock images and things like that. Here's a grid style image that I mentioned earlier. So you've got like a 3 grid option here where you have a little shot of the juice grooves and how much juice and why this whole pocket is there on that cutting board. So we show it right there being full. We show an angle so you can really see how tall these grooves are. Really just giving the shopper a full virtual representation of this product and give us as much information as possible as to how tall these little ridges are and the exact size of it, just in case they couldn't tell, if they want to know the exact specs, 18 inches by 13 inches, 4-ounce pour spout, that's 4 ounces of liquid right there. So little things like that, showing that there are little notches on the edges of it, and then how easy it'll pour out because it's got another little notch right there in the whole pour spout area. So another grid style photo right here where we're showing 2 images in one image. You really want to maximize your space that you have in your listing. So these are the kinds of things that we do in our product photography, and I highly recommend it to every seller, whether you go with us or not. Get your images done like this. And so I'm not going to carry on with the next one because this video is already a lot longer than I thought it was going to be, but hopefully you got some value from this video. Hopefully it does help you in getting your product photos taken. If you want help from me and my team, go to emaamz.com or evolvemediaagency.com. You can see more of our work. This is all really just from our website. If you want free access to our Amazon listing checklist, go to amzchecklist.com. If you want to get our brand new organic ranking roadmap, again, that's at amzchecklist.com. You're going to get the listing checklist and you're going to get the organic ranking roadmap. Then if you want to get a free consulting call where you're going to get a free listing audit, then you can go to amzchecklist.com or even by going to emaamz.com. I know I threw out a lot of URLs. Anyway, hopefully you got value from this video. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.